Hello, this is Bert from Hope Something Sticks. This will be part 2 of our episode discussing the differences between the Republican and Democratic Party. And stay tuned to the end. I have another fun little bonus track from Matt when we're recording this episode. So, enjoy.
Da-da-da-da-da, here's Matt. Da-da-da-da-da, there's Bert. Da-da-da-da-da, hope something sticks, blah, blah, blah.
Of what Harry Reid did, who was the Democratic Senate majority when the last time the Democrats had majority of the Senate, who initiated the nuclear option, quotation marks, to stop the practice of having 2/3 of the Senate confirm both federal judges and cabinet members. And then McConnell later did the same thing for Supreme Court justice, which is how you got Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court.
Wasn't I supposed to come up with some sort of proponent type of viewpoint?
I don't know.
I think so. I think I was. I mean, his strategies, his Distracticon strategies, is outstanding. He just knows how to do it. He just knows it so well, and there's nobody who's playing the stock market better. I don't know if I mentioned earlier in the episode, I probably did. There are people I know that are voting for Trump strictly because he is influencing the stock market in such a way that it benefits them as day traders. Mm-hmm. Because he will say such outlandish and volatile shit, and it causes it to go up and down, and you know, that's exactly what they need. They need volatility.
Yeah.
And I've met other people who are just staunch libertarians. I mean, I work with a couple of them. And a number of our clients are socially conservative. And he just hits the vein of America in so many different levels. From here's what you want to hear to here's some quote-unquote real talk, which is just, it's even the real talk, it's still just bullshit, but it's the right brand of bullshit, and it's right up the alley of people who need to hear that garbage. They need to hear a politician say something that they would say, and they just don't understand how politics really works all the way up top. They get how it works way down low, and they love it when a politician talks low. But a politician who talks low to other politicians isn't a diplomat. And it just completely fucks the system up. And, you know, I hate to admit it, but it has caused real change, and it has caused real conversation. Because there it is. There it is in stark contrast to the face that we put on things, that we have put on things for over a decade, for decades. You know, George W. Bush didn't fucking... He put a face on things. He tried covering things up, same as every other president. And what did Kanye West say? George W. Bush doesn't care about black people. And what's Kanye saying nowadays? I'm running against Joe Biden. Now, I'm not trying to say Kanye West is the vein of America, because clearly this man has a chemical imbalance that needs to be addressed.
Yep.
The music's great. I certainly hope he keeps that going. As with most great artists, he's clearly got some sort of mental disorder. But, yeah, Trump understands how to tap into the basest needs of this country. The basest needs of people who are just hooked up to devices and hooked up to media and can't get enough of it and need some kind of a soundbite. And he knows that he knows exactly where he's gonna reverb. And he just plays off of that. He doesn't shy away from it. He embraces it. Even when he says, "Oh my God, you hate me so much." The opposite of love. This is what politics comes down to. Is love, hate, and indifference. Because the opposite of love isn't hate. It's indifference. And he understands hate equals love. He understands that better than any other president since, I'm going to say, Jesus.
I think you're giving him a little bit too much credit, because if he was such a master of that, he would not create more hate for him, people that hate him, but I think by a significant number than people that love him. Now, one thing that Republicans point to in the "they think they'll win" argument for the this presidential race is that there's more people excited about voting for Trump than there are people excited about voting for Biden. Now, that's an incomplete metric as far as I'm concerned, because you also have to take into account how many people are excited to vote against Biden and how many people are excited to vote against Trump. And when you take all four of those and put, excited to vote for Trump, against Biden, for Biden, against Trump, I'm thinking there's more people in the hate Trump category than any other category by a pretty good amount.
So doesn't that leave, if all you're doing is just hating on a candidate, hate doesn't, I hate to say that hate supersedes love, because I love being such a hippie that I just can't bring myself to believe such a thing. Can hate overcome love? Is that what you're telling me, Bert?
I think.
Is that what you're trying to level?
I think it
Is that what
can.
you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, I think it's a person by person. It's a case by case thing. Both of them are really strong emotions. There are people that hate is their primary emotion, and I guess you could also turn that around, that they love to hate, and that's what it comes down to. Anyway, I think we're getting a little too philosophical here. I think.
What are you talking about? Politics is people. People is philosophy.
But philosophy has no. There's no case studies for philosophy. It's all just abstract. Politics, it's who is going to win. That is going to be determined in the next couple of months.
There are a bajillion.
Or few months.
This is a scientific term. A bajillion cases for philosophy. But if you want to talk strategy, I mean, let's talk strategy. Strategy. Excuse me. If Biden has already, he's already committed the same mistake as in 16. The same exact mistake. And that is...
Okay.
He's not even gonna go to Wisconsin. The same exact mistake. If Hillary had gone to Wisconsin, she would have fucking won. She didn't even go.
Maybe.
Dude.
That's definitely... No. First of all, the Biden campaign is not taking things for granted the same way the Clinton campaign did. A. B. Biden has significantly better numbers than Clinton ever did. And Biden did significantly better in the primaries than Clinton did, especially against head-to-head against Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders won Michigan. Biden beat the crap out of Sanders in Michigan. Joe Biden is a much more likable person than Hillary Clinton. Joe Biden has much fewer conspiracy theories floating around him than Hillary Clinton. Joe Biden doesn't change his fucking accent every place he goes. Joe Biden, and
as somebody who changes his accent based on which family he's talking to, I resent that.
It made her feel even more disingenuous to me when I heard that when she was like in the South or whatever. I know she spent time in Arkansas, but she's not a Southerner.
No, she's from Illinois.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I think this still does make a difference. Joe Biden has a penis. There are people who would not vote for a woman. There's no one that won't vote for some old white guy.
I hate to be misogynist at this point, but at some point, women become men. It's kind of gross. Hey, menopause, man.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, misogyny. It's fucking real.
It exists.
There's some women who just don't understand that another woman could actually run shit.
Yeah, there's this one thing. I don't know what it was, but like a reporter goes out and talks to people like out and about, and this one was talking to people out in Pennsylvania, and there were actually women saying that they would never vote for a woman. Because bullshit, hormones, whatever. And it's like, oops, that's not good. And Hillary Clinton lost Pennsylvania. Now, when you take all this into account, and also you take into account what people actually know what Trump will do, because he's already started doing it in the past 3.5 years, and then take into account that Trump won by such slim margins in so many states, but usually less than 1%. And now he's going to win when he doesn't have all those advantages. And Hillary Clinton kept getting investigated by fucking James Comey. Remember, like right before the election happened, he was like, "Oh, we're opening things up again."
Right.
Just letting everyone know.
Right.
So much went wrong in that campaign. A lot of it was self-inflicted. A good amount of it wasn't.
Yeah, that was... my jaw hit the floor when James Comey said that he was reopening that investigation like a week before the election. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
That and Joe Biden is not shitting on people who are considering Trump like Hillary Clinton did. She really just didn't realize how much of a groundswell Trump was getting and how serious of a threat it was.
Gross underestimation.
And that doesn't exist anymore.
Gross underestimation.
So, that and...
I know people that have been voting for Trump since the year 2000. I'm not even joking. Since the year 2000 when he first started running for president.
Yeah.
And it only took him 4 tries, if you want to call those tries. And Roger Stone was
he was
there
kinda...
every step of the way. The villain's villain.
Yeah, he dresses up like a villain.
Right. He loves it. He can't get enough of the persona. He's just a,
I'm sure.
He's just a character.
That's why he does
He's just
it.
a character, though. He doesn't really matter. He's such a villain, he got a tattoo of Richard Nixon on his back.
Yeah.
He can't get enough of it. He's also such a fucking idiot, he ended up agreeing to an interview with Sacha Baron Cohen on his ridiculous show that tried pranking actual politicians. And it worked. It did, yeah. He got that guy, he got that one Georgia congressman to resign. Because he fucking, oh my god. Oh my god.
You got him to
Act.
back into Sacha Baron Cohen's crotch while yelling America.
Right.
Something like
Among
that.
other things.
Yeah, a lot of...
Just
kind of
quite
a lot of stuff, yeah.
unrepeatable.
Yeah.
Unrepeatable filth.
Yep.
Garbage. And he got him to say it on camera. And the dude was just like, yup, let's do this. Doesn't matter that I'm a fucking elected representative to Congress. Which was heartening to see that, you know what, even the little representative can be ousted from politics. So why can't the big representative be ousted? Like,
I think
the fucking
he's
guy.
too big. It's too big to fail.
The fucking guy needs to be gone. Needs to be got. That's the wrong terminology. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring it full circle.
We'll see in November.
Oh my god. He's not going to go away. That's the scary part about
No,
it. He will never shut the fuck up. Even ex-presidents shut the fuck up. Bush shut up. Obama shut up. Clinton shut up. Everybody shuts the fuck up about anybody else because, you know what? At the end of the day, they're all liable for war crimes of some sort or another. They all fucking killed somebody and are responsible for somebody's crazy fucking death. And if anybody says anything to anybody else, they're all culpable. But this one isn't gonna go away. He has shown that time and time again. There is no norm that is off limits.
Yeah.
Even Rush Limbaugh has agreed to that.
Yeah. I think unless he's like crushed in this election, and maybe not even that, he'll probably be the Republican nominee in the next election. Or at least he'll try to be.
Probably be the...
I think it'll...
What do you mean? You think he's not going to be the Republican nominee for president?
I think it's more than likely that he will be. But I think...
Dude, it's guaranteed. They can't go away from him now.
No, it's not guaranteed.
Wow.
No, I'm talking about after, if he loses the next election.
What?
2024. I'm talking about 2024.
Dude, if he loses this election, they're going to run away from him as fast as possible. They're hoping he loses.
Yeah, I know they're hoping he loses. I'm saying,
no way
that doesn't mean he can't.
This.
That doesn't mean he's not going to run again.
If he's still alive,
that's
sure.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be.
I mean, that's the thing. That's his favorite part of this whole thing is running a campaign and like the rallies and everything. That's what he really digs on.
Right? Yeah, he just wants a statue. And oh my God, do I
Yeah.
want to give it to him? That's
He wants to be on Mount Rushmore.
man. I'll give him a statue. If you
Anyway,
want to go to Mount Rushmore and bolt a statue, it'll be 6 inches tall. Scratch that, 4.5 inches tall. And he'll have a worse hairline than me. It'll be a very accurate representation of his incredibly cringe-worthy smile.
Yeah.
And
anyway.
it'll be perched somewhere inside of, I don't know, Lincoln's hair.
Sure. So start wrapping up.
Well, we didn't touch on the
So, yeah,
conspiracy
it's
theories, but... Well, sorry about that.
Yeah, but we also been talking for like well over an hour.
This is well over an hour.
Yeah. So, but just kind of finishing that thought about, Trump running again if he does lose. I think it'll be a little bit harder for him because I think the Republicans are going to use the same playbook that the Democrats used this time around in not having Bernie Sanders as the nominee, where basically the quote unquote normal Republicans will just galvanize to whoever is the most palatable, and it's like, okay, this is our guy, and everyone else is going to back out, and hopefully more than 50% of Republicans would rather this guy than Trump, because Trump had like 43%, like through the meat of the primary race. So if it was just two people, he could have theoretically lost. Like, say him and old Pierre Delecto or Marco Rubio, who gives a fuck? Figurino.
Oh my God. I fucking watch Romney's speech on the impeachment proceedings. I watch it over and over sometimes, and I get a fucking tear in my eye. And this is a fucking asshole that, if I ever saw him, I kind of still want to punch him in the face. Because he's...
Well, yeah, he said like 48% of the American population was useless.
Right. This guy who got caught on tape saying that most Americans are on welfare. Oh, God. And he wants to... Oh, my God. Private... he just wants to do some of the worst possible things. But this is a dude that still said, at the heart of it, he said the truth. And this is a guy who believes in the special underwear and is a Mormon and you want to talk about the orthodoxy of America, and this is a guy he's part and parcel with it. Motherfucker's a Mormon. I mean, it's pretty tough.
Yeah,
it's pretty tough to get much more orthodox than that in terms of Christianity. You get that, and you get the born agains, and the Protestant, and you're right there.
Yeah.
And even
but that's where he has it. That's where he has his window to say what he wants, because I've said this in a previous podcast. The Mormons aren't super on board with Trump. They're pretty much the only conservative group that is not a big fan of his. Just they just can't. They just can't reconcile what Trump does with what he's saying and what he says he can do for conservatives. So I don't know if he'd be saying the same thing if he had any other kind of constituency, but he only relies on the Mormon vote. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe he'd do it anyway and sacrifice himself on the pyre, but I don't know. It just seems whoever the Republicans that speak out against them are the ones with nothing to lose, and that just seems to be the only common denominator. Bill Kristol, everyone in the
Did you say Billy
Lincoln
Crystal?
Project.
What you mean, Ben?
No, Bill
Crenshaw.
No, Bill Kristol. He's a conservative. He's a Republican. He's a rich Republican that he owns some kind of conservative publication. He's a big time old school Republican who hates the shit out of Trump, and what he does in his organization, I forget what, I don't know. It's another Trumper organization. I forget what it's called, but what he does is he gets disillusioned Trump voters and gets them. They record their kind of testimonial about why they voted for Trump and why they're definitely not going to vote for him this time. And the idea is to get Republicans talking to Republicans about how terrible this guy is, and how he's not good for the country, and doesn't have the best interests at heart.
Oh, Crystal, Kraistol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Billy Crystal. Well, yeah, duh.
No,
Duh.
no, not Billy Crystal.
Duh.
Bill Kristol.
Okay, got it.
It's
Yeah, March 1st, he came out for Joe Biden.
there you go.
Because he fucking hates Bernie Sanders. And his $42 billion tax on Jeff Bezos.
Sure, there's that, but he also hates Donald Trump. So
There it is. And that we've arrived at the answer to everything. Make Bezos pay for it. Nationalize Jeff Bezos. I said it. Just take him and just cancel his credit card, or just max out his credit card and give it all to the United Bail Fund, or whatever the hell it's called, and then take his other credit card and then give all the coal miners a job. Not even a job, just a stipend for life. And there it is. Because that's what Trump's trying to do. He's trying to just buy everybody's vote with this tax bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I think on that nugget we'll close for today. Yeah. I think there's a lot more to talk about, and maybe we'll kind of go into this direction in other episodes. But I think we're at a good place now.
Yes, a good place to end this conversation.
Yes.
A good place for this country.
So,
we stand on the edge of oblivion.
Yep.
I know I wanted to end on a happy note, but we're not over the edge yet.
Yeah. Well, in one way or the other, we're always on the edge.
True.
Ever since the splitting of the atom, we've kind of been on the edge of annihilation in some way or another.
Hey,
and
it always comes back to, are the British trying to kill us? Yes.
Not currently,
yes.
so.
No, they're always trying something. All right. Now they stole Meghan Markle, and they're gonna go from there.
They gave her back.
Wait, they gave her back?
They didn't want her.
They gave her back?
Yeah, they gave her back.
What do you mean they gave her back?
What do you mean? What do they mean? They left. They basically left the royal family essentially, and they're living in North America now.
Oh, that's right.
Harry and Meghan.
Forgot about that.
You didn't hear about that?
No, I don't give a shit. So now the British have spies in North America, is what I'm hearing. Okay. Alright. I'm on to you, Megan.
All right. So, if you have any questions about this episode or anything else, you can email us at hopesomething.sticks@gmail.com. And, yeah.
If any of you meatbags have actually made it this far, wow. We need to have like a prize. There's going to be a prize at the end. We need to have a clue, like where all my gold is buried. What do you think of that? You want to bury some gold?
Sure.
Not a lot of gold, just, gold. In a hill. Leading to a valley with a river and trees and traps and booby traps. Like Goonies. We should set up like a Goonies type trap. Stay tuned, meatbags. There's gold.
Yep. First they have to write in. All right. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you later.
Peace. Puppet government, I think, is where we had left off. And then you stealing my point from earlier in the conversation. It's like, yeah, he's not really a point to him. That's my goddamn point. I'll kill you. If you cut me out of this conversation, I swear to God, I'm done with this whole podcasting shit. I fucking quit. Burn it all down. Take every episode off. Scrub my name from the record. It's just you talking to a fucking sock puppet. Might as well be Matt the dog. The nominal insult dog.